Hey, what's up? It's Liam Davis here, and as you can see, I've got kind of a different video for you at the moment. I just thought of this on the spot as I finished creating my last video where I talked about the secret of the ultra successful, which is investing 10 times more in your education, into your self-improvement, into your personal development than you do into your entertainment. And now, when I was thinking about that, after I created the video, I watched it again because I just wanted to see how it came out. And I realized that in a way, I was kind of a hypocrite by sharing that information with you. And here's why. A lot of the time, when you work on the internet, it's very, very simple to get distracted. I mean, you've got the world at your fingertips when you work online. And basically, sometimes I'll be working, I'll be doing what I should be doing, and then get completely 100% distracted. Now, it's usually not by Facebook. I know a lot of people get distracted by Facebook, but I am a huge music nerd. So it's very often I get distracted by looking for new music and reading about music. And then one day, about a week or two ago, I realized that every time I couldn't figure out something, I couldn't figure out how to upload a video or do this or do that or something, I would get distracted and be like, man, it's too hard. I'm gonna take a break and go look at one of my websites, which I'll show you in a second. But I would decide to go take a break. And as you probably know, when you go onto your favorite website, it's very easy to get caught up in the World Wide Web. And you say to yourself, I'm only going to be here, I'm just going to skim. I'm only going to be here and read a few articles and be here like 3 or 4 minutes. Then you look down and you've been there 3 or 4 hours and you've just wasted half of your day just looking at stuff that, frankly, is usually not that important and especially is not important to you moving forward in your business. So, knowing this, I'm going to be dead honest with you. It's very often that I have a problem with discipline. And I know a lot of people out there have a problem with discipline as well. You may have a problem with discipline. If not, you can teach me a few things about discipline, but that's not what I'm going to share in this video. What I'm going to share is a way to kind of stop yourself from sabotaging yourself and a way to force discipline upon yourself, especially when you're online. So I, like most people, I use Google Chrome, whatever web browser you use. I'm sure there is an alternative to what I'm about to show you, but because I knew that I would often waste my time on these different websites, what I decided to do was block myself from them. And so what I did was I went to Google Chrome. I went to Google Chrome's extension store, I don't know what it's called, and I found a website, I found a browser extension called BlockSite. And basically what BlockSite allows you to do is pick very specific websites, very specific URLs that you want to block on your computer. And I'm sure parents usually use this to maybe block their kids from things they don't want them to see, or some people might use this the same way I do, is to discipline yourself to stop wasting time on websites that you may enjoy, but they're not beneficial to your success. So let me show you how I used it. As you'll see here, it just allows you to list websites that you want to block. And there's 3 websites that I go to when I'm not online building my business. So obviously going to your company's site, going to your blog, that's completely fine. But these are the websites that I go to when I'm not building my business. And I find that I waste a lot of time on them. And one of them is called Hip Hop DX. Now, Hip Hop DX is obviously a hip hop site. It's a really terrible website, actually. It's just got the worst written articles. It's basically just hip hop gossip, which I don't give a shit about, but I like kind of scanning through just to see that 1 or 2 articles out of 20 that might interest me. The next website that I waste a lot of time on is called djbooth.net. And I love this website. They've got great writers, but I spend way too much time on it. And a lot of the time, I'll read an entire article. I'll read everything that they have on their site, waste a couple of hours and think, shit, I know a lot about like the latest album that's coming out now, but I didn't really do anything to further my business, to move my business along. And the last site that I always go to, it used to be the first site I would look at in the morning, is called the Smoking Section, which basically it's another hip hop blog. And I used to spend, like I just said, this used to be the first website I would go to in the morning, unless I consciously made the decision not to go there. But then I started to use this thing called BlockSite extension plugin thing that you can have for Google Chrome, and basically allows you to block certain websites. But not only that, it allows you to block websites, but when you type them in, it actually allows you to redirect to somewhere completely different. So let's take a look at what happens when I go to DJ Booth. Again, one of my favorite sites. And it's almost like going on a diet in terms of me personally, I love chocolate. And again, that's another place, that's another area I have discipline issues, is that I love chocolate and I will eat the shit out of any chocolate that you have in front of me. So in order to not do that, I tend to keep chocolate away from me at a point where I can't eat it. And I'm by no means overweight, but still eating a bunch of chocolate is not good for you. It's the same way as going to your favorite websites, or me personally. This is just what I do. You don't have to follow this, but if it helps, do it. Here's the thing. I would go to these websites and they are like the junk food of me being online, just wasting time. So check it out. When I go to one of my sites, DJ Booth, look, have a look what happens. I'll click enter, I'll go to the site, hopefully my internet, whenever I use the screen recording software, my internet runs slower and I don't know why because they're unconnected. But when I go to one of the sites that I waste a lot of time on, you'll see what happens when it redirects. And I'm just going to give it some time because it is running slow. I created a video just before this one, and this is the second time I've created this video. And every time I went to open a new tab, it just would not work. And as soon as I shut off the screen sharing software, it opened immediately. So they're messing with each other, and I don't know why. But here's the deal. You can choose which websites that you want to block, and you can choose which websites you want them to redirect to. But here's the really cool part is you can also choose what days and what times you want to use this. So if you know that your working hours are between, let's say, every weekday when you get home, your working hours are 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock. That's the time that you've allotted to work on your business. You can choose which days. You can choose Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you can choose exactly between those hours that you want to block these sites. So there's no possible way you can sabotage yourself and actually go to these websites and check them out. And so you're not blocking yourself completely. You can choose when and where these sites are allowed, but I highly encourage you to use this if you waste time on any websites out there to block out those websites at least during your working hours so you don't get distracted. And really quickly, this is not working for me, but what I've done, I'll just tell you what I've done. Every time, and I don't do it because here's the thing, now that I've blocked myself, it's just every time I go to type it in, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not going to work anyway. So I have only done it once. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But what happens when I do type in this website? I get redirected to my company's back office, which is where I should be in the first place. Now, isn't that powerful? Every time you type something in, it redirects to where you should be, which is building your business and working on your goals. And of course, I'm not some online working robot, just success-driven, just maniac. But I will say this. Again, I have problems with discipline sometimes. And there are points where I know that when I'm working and when I'm working towards my goal, there are other things that I have to block out. And this for me is the best way to do it. So this video, I'm sure, let me see how long this video is going for. 8 minutes. This video has been well long enough. Okay, so if you use Google Chrome, go and download that extension, the block site options, block sites. Just block whatever sites that you waste time on just for the times that you should be working so that later on you can enjoy them when you should be relaxing. But when you're focused on your business, this will allow you to just purely focus and not get sidetracked by anything else. All right. So if you found this helpful, go ahead and download it. I mean, it's completely free. It's not like I'm trying to, promote anything here. It's completely free for you to download. Just search for it in Google. Put it on your computer. Block the sites that you get sidetracked with, just for the times that you should be working. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment and let me know. Are there any other tools that help you stay focused and stay disciplined and stay focused on your goal? Because I would like to know about them and implement them into my life and my business. So again, this video has been going long enough. Go and get Blocksite if you think you'll find it helpful. And I'll see you again in the very next video. Okay, so go do that now, and I'll see you in 1 second.